File Infector virus. This type of virus is one of the oldest and most widespread computer viruses. It works by infecting program files on the computer, especially files that end with .exe or .dll. When the user runs an infected program, the virus is also executed in the background. After that, the virus begins copying itself into other programs on the system. The problem with this type is that it can corrupt programs or cause them to behave abnormally, and sometimes it can even lead to a complete system crash. Some of these viruses were capable of infecting hundreds of programs on a single computer. Boot sector virus. This virus targets a very sensitive part of the computer called the boot sector. This sector is responsible for starting the operating system when you turn on the computer. If this area becomes infected, the virus runs before the operating system even begins to load. For this reason, this type of virus used to be extremely dangerous in the past because it could control the computer from the very first moment it started. Some of these viruses spread through old floppy disks, and when the user inserted the disk into the computer, the virus would immediately transfer to the system. Worm is slightly different from a traditional virus. A typical virus usually needs a file or program to spread, but a worm is an independent program that can spread by itself through networks and the internet. Once a single computer becomes infected, the worm starts searching for other connected devices and automatically spreads to them. Some worms were able to spread extremely quickly, infecting millions of computers within just a few hours. The biggest problem is that these worms can overload networks and internet systems, which may cause service disruptions or extremely slow connections. Trojan Horse. This type of malware is named after the famous Trojan Horse story from history. The idea is that the virus disguises itself as a normal or useful program. It might appear to be a game, a free tool, or even a photo editing application. However, hidden inside it is a malicious program. When the user installs the software, the Trojan begins working silently. It may open a backdoor in the system that allows hackers to access the computer remotely. In that case, the attacker can view your files, steal passwords, or even fully control the device. Ransomware. This is one of the most dangerous types of modern malware. Ransomware works in a different way. When it infects a computer, it encrypts all the files stored on it, such as photos, videos, and documents. After that, a message appears telling the user that their files have been locked and will only be unlocked if a payment is made. Attackers often request payment in cryptocurrency like Bitcoin to avoid being traced. Some ransomware attacks have targeted hospitals and large companies, causing massive financial losses and serious service disruptions. Spyware is a type of malicious software designed to monitor users without their knowledge. After it is installed on a computer, it begins collecting information such as passwords, browsing history, messages, and sometimes even banking information. Some spyware programs can also record everything a user types on their keyboard, a technique known as keylogging. This information is then sent to the attacker, who may use it to steal accounts or sensitive data. Rootkit is one of the most dangerous forms of malware because it is designed to be almost impossible to detect. This software hides deep inside the operating system and sometimes integrates itself with critical system files. The main purpose of a rootkit is to allow attackers to remain inside the system for a long period of time without being discovered. Some rootkits can even hide other malware on the computer, making detection and removal extremely difficult. Adware. This type of software may not be as dangerous as other viruses, but it can be very annoying for users. Adware works by displaying advertisements repeatedly within the browser or operating system. Sometimes it changes the browser's homepage or redirects the user to advertising websites. Some adware programs also collect information about user interests in order to show targeted advertisements.